I don't know shit.
Oh, this one's coming from Tester. I just recorded this whole session and realized my mic wasn't on, so I get to record 16 minutes of footage all over again. Tester, you are the sugar daddy of my donators. People have said it, and I'll just admit it right now. So, Tester has donated a lot of money, and he finally submitted something for coaching. And let's see how great he does. I do say, after recording a full session, there is a lot I have to say about you, buddy. Like, right now, let's keep ourselves open out there. Wow. Right out in the open. So, as a spitter, as an infected, as just anything that's not a survivor, don't keep yourself out in the open. You just kind of stood there staring at us. I don't know why you decided to do that, but you did it anyway. And, just keep in mind that survivors have silhouettes that you can see through walls. And always keep yourself hidden, especially as a spitter, because she is a very fragile infected. So, here we go as the boomer. As the boomer, you need to spawn in an area to where you can catch them by surprise. And I don't know where you're going. Are you going to team up with the charger? No, you're going to spawn way far ahead, so we're going to know where you're coming from a mile away. You got to keep in mind, a big part of this game is sound cues. When you do spawn in, you're going to have a sound cue of him going... And when you do that, we'll be able to echolocation where you might be. I'm not trying to be like Batman or anything, but I'm trying to say that you're spawning so early and you're trying to hype yourself up to find a spot. You should have stayed in ghost mode, and you could have been moving around faster. You could have figured out a spot where you could have caught us off guard, but instead you're going to waddle your way here. Everyone's starting to look this direction, especially because of the jockey, and you're going to, yep, see. So you spawning in so early was just not a good idea, dude. You have to find an opportunity while in ghost mode to catch people by surprise, because not only you're doing sound cues, but you're also trying to catch people by surprise. If you go in an area where they're already looking, as a boomer, all it's going to take is 1 to 2 bullets to completely kill you. And that's exactly what happened here. You came from around a corner where 2 special infected were attacking, and you just got completely decimated. So as a hunter, let's see how you do as a hunter. You got Mirtis over here that's trying to spawn in as well. Not spawn in. You got the smoker about to spawn in over here, and you're going to try to tag team with them. Alright, so, you got a pool there. I think you got, okay, he's got it on me, so you need to go and pounce somebody that's about to go help me. What are you doing? Go over the wall. You're going to pounce. What are you doing? Okay. You need to learn the mechanics of the hunter. You need to aim up really high if you're trying to pounce. It looks like that was the first time you tried to play the hunter. I know you've played more than that, Tester, so I expected a little more for you. I'm not mad. I'm just a little disappointed how you played that hunter, man. But as the hunter, you need to run. The reason he exists, in my opinion, is to run interference. So if someone gets pulled away, he's a great special infected to just halt somebody. And while I was smoked, you could have hunted Mirtis from far away and pounced her. That way, she couldn't have shot me, and the smoker could have got more damage off, kept me pinned. You would have been pinned if someone had to have saved Mirtis, and in turn me. But you didn't wait for that opportunity. You waited for her to get close enough where bullets, I didn't know if you knew this, but they travel at a high velocity. And here you are as a smoker now. You're kind of spawning far away again. You're doing that same thing with the boomer where you spawn. It's like you're rushing to spawn, and then you figure out what you're going to do. You're not keeping into account a few things. First, you're getting shot here. I don't know what TK was trying to do, trying to punch through the fence there. I remember him doing this, and then he's getting charged, and boom, he's gone. Oh, TK. You didn't learn anything from my coaching, did you, brother? Okay, so anyways, you're doing this thing where you spawn. You're trying to find the soonest time to spawn. You're not keeping into account a couple of things. Where your special infected teammates are. It looks like Kate's going to try to rush in and kill the spitter. You're going to just make sure he cannot get that to happen. Alright, so that's good. You get a little bit of damage on Kate, but here I come to stop that shit. And you're not keeping into factor of where the survivors are when you spawn. It's like you're spawning in, and then you spawn far away, and then you move in. See, we're not playing a stealth game. We're not playing anything like that. You gotta keep in mind this is a team-based game, so you have to do 2 things. There's 2 different teams. You gotta keep an eye on where your team is so you can collaborate and attack in synchronization to get the maximum amount of damage. But you also gotta keep in mind of where the survivors are because they can attack. Like if you're a hunter and you pounce one person, there's 3 other people that can just gun your ass down right there, right then, on the snap of a finger. I mean, you got 5 damage, but I don't know what you're doing here as a spitter. You're doing that thing where you're panicking to try to find a spawn without keeping in mind of where the survivors are. It looks like you're just, okay, you're going to spawn way the fudge over there. What are you going to do? Oh, you're going to hit that concrete pillar. Okay, I don't know what the hell that was. You just kind of panic spit in the general direction of someone. It's like you're trying to play basketball and you're on the other side of the court and you kind of know that the basketball hoop's on the other side, so you just randomly shoot, but it goes in the stands, the audience. So you gave it a ball. You're doing it again. You're throwing the basketball into the audience again. Not anywhere near the goal, so you're not going to get any points for that one. But it looks like you're trying to play something like Tom Clancy right now. You're playing a real hardcore stealth mission. And I really don't know what you're doing, man. I mean, what you need to do with the spitter, you need to wait for your opportunity to attack the survivors when somebody hits them or to stall them. What? What are you going to do? What will spitting behind the group do? I could get it if you spat ahead of us when we're going around the fence, but to spit behind us to get like 1 point, I don't understand that, Tester. I love you, man. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm trying to be impartial. And man, I don't know what you're doing with this special infected. I can understand why Incredible was getting mad. Just going, And you got shot through the fence. You got to keep in mind. You can't just hide behind a fence. If you're playing against people that played the game, they're going to just take pot shots at the fence because this game is not very conservative with the ammo. You get a lot of ammo, so spamming through walls is going to be a thing. Alright, so your duties as a spitter are, I mean, it looks like you don't know how to spit, so you might know how to swallow. I don't know. But your spitting skills, not a big fan of them. So you get the charger. People are rushing towards the alarm. What you need to do is, okay, you're not going to do that. It looks like you're just going to go for Cake since he's alone in the back. You somehow got the charge off. I am completely surprised. Incredible. It needs to run interference. We have a lot of people shooting at you. You might be able to get Cake down here. Just one more hit after this, and he'll be down. Oh, a millisecond away. But Cake's going to get hit by the Incredible Jockey, and he's going to go down. What you should have done in this situation, though, is when you got the charger, you should have climbed up to where Ellis is right here. Probably gotten on top of the ladder. Stayed in ghost mode. As soon as they started trying to ascend the ladder, you could have spawned. Because what you want to do in this situation is you have to keep into account of how each level is designed. This portion of the crescendo event is all about hitting the button to prevent the horde from continuously spawning. And as an infected, you want to keep the horde coming in. Okay, so you got the charger. You're not going to go for the person up top for some reason. You're just kind of, you're doing the panic thing of you're trying to spawn in. What I was trying to say, though, is you're trying to prevent the common infected from not spawning anymore. Because, man, this is a train wreck. You're just charging wildly. So you need to make sure, okay, Mirtis is going to be gone. She's jockeyed. You need to make sure no one's going to come up and save her. You're keeping an eye. Why are you staring at her? Why? Why are you? We're not playing spectator mode. You missed the charge. That can happen, but at the same time, okay, what are you doing? All right, Cake's gonna be hit. You need to count how many people are at 1, 2, and 3. You're gonna punch Cake a couple times. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. What you probably should have done though is, I mean, the horde's been dissipated. You could have prevented them from hitting the horde. Is what I'm trying to say. Is you spawning up there and just preventing it. But all right, we're gonna go ahead and go to the survivors. I mean, I rushed ahead. What me and Cake usually do as survivors is we just don't give a shit. So don't take into account of how me and Cake play together. We're just kind of assholes to each other. But you as a special infected, dude, that was awful. I mean, you have this thing where you just try to rush in and try to spawn as soon as possible, and you don't take into account where your team is, how you can collaborate with them to do a successful attack. I mean, a lot of hip-hop artists collaborate to make successful tracks today. I mean, I'm not that big of a fan of hip-hop, but I do recognize that collaborating does make the music better. And you're not on the hip-hop level. In fact, you're on the country music level where you're just playing one note the whole time. You're completely basic level. You're just, you know how the game works, and you're just rushing in. So you're on the country music level. And now, I'm not, to people that are fans of country music, I'm not trying to diss what you like. I mean, I think it's total garbage. I do like Willie Nelson and Johnny Cash, the old school stuff, Waylon Jennings. But I'm talking about current, like, Florida Georgia Line type stuff. That's how you're playing right now. You're on the country music level. You're doing a one-note style of gameplay. Let's add some variety to that. But anyways, on the special infected level, you need some work. You need to keep an eye on what's going on, knowing where the survivors are, and how you can do a successful collaborative attack. Now, as the survivor, I'm keeping an eye on what you're doing. You are progressing. You need to keep an eye on your teammates, though. You're not really checking your 6 o'clock. That's one of my biggest gripes, is you need to keep an eye on where all of your teammates are at all times. You're looking back because you just wanted to pick up the chainsaw. It's not that you're trying to look backwards. You just saw commons that happened to be near the chainsaw. And now you're boons. Pull out that chainsaw. It might not be a bad idea to just get it out while you're getting hoarded. Do the windmill of death. Okay, so that'll keep the commons off. I mean, commons go down instantly the second they're hit by the chainsaw. That's why it's such a special tier weapon, because it just disperses with hordes so quickly. But yeah, there's the windmill of death. Good. I did patent that. The windmill of death with the chainsaw. Good stuff. Alright, Smoker almost got you, so now you're going to start panic shotting. Looks like the hunter got destroyed by Stubbly. That was Cake Slayer. Who would have thought that that would happen? You're rushing ahead of your team. You got charged. There's the Karma Charger. And where's your team? Oh, they're going to get the Smoker. I remember you did this thing while we played. You kept rushing ahead of your team and then realizing that you're so far ahead. But it was too late because you got charged and now you're down. Tester, you need to do this thing called Group Up With Me. It's in Overwatch. And there's two things from Overwatch. You need to learn what Group Up With Me means, and you need to learn that high noon is not the only time, because you're only moving in a 12 o'clock direction. You only do this 6 o'clock when you've been disadvantaged. There's pills to your left that you can use, but TK's getting hit. You're shooting through the wall, and it's not even in the direction that he was. It was just slightly askew to the left. You are getting destroyed. Why are you meleeing? Oh, you ran out of gas in your chainsaw? What happened? Did it run out? Like, no? No, it's because you got downed. I don't know why you were shoving with the chainsaw. You should have just ran. But now you put your team in an awkward position where they need to go up there. Not everyone knows how to jump up there because you have to jump at kind of a precise angle. But your team's doing their damnedest to make sure you don't go down. Ooh. I know you don't go down here. The suspense isn't going to kill me. Since I've already done this whole recording once, my voice is going out from having to talk like this. Doing the coaching is a little bit of a strain on the voice because I'm having to constantly talk and keep the progression flowing. But you're healing out in the open. It's not good. If the jockey would have went after you, that would have been a bad day. Oh, you almost downed pills, and you accidentally killed me. You kind of panic meleeed me. So, I mean, good on you. You killed Zack in a stream. Applause. Good job. But, man, you have this thing where you just rush, man. And you're just not keeping tabs on where your team is. Oh, there's the grenade launcher. Hey, why did I do this so late? Kill me now. Alright, whoa, you're going to Jason Voorhees over to Incredible when he's hunted. I mean, you had a shotgun where you had 35 slugs in it, or whatever gauges, shotgun gauges. Then people are going to say I'm wrong about something. I'm a zombie guy. I'm not a gun and airplane guy. People were critiquing me on my dead air shit the other night. It's a C-130, I get it. But you need to keep an eye on your teammates. I've been having to say this so much. That's my biggest gripe with doing this Left 4 Dead stuff is you need to keep a good focus on your team because there is a 4 on the box art of Left 4 Dead. I am surprised you didn't get charged there. You just got the luckiest. Oh, you're rushing outside. It looks like... Oh, you did not mean... See, I'd say... Okay, so I was the spitter there in this situation. I spat in there when the Charger attacked because I was trying to add to his attack there. I was not expecting someone to just rush out suddenly like that. So, you running ahead of the team kind of worked in the favor, but you need to do a thing where you double back to them if you're going to rush. Also, keep an eye out for your special infected. Stubbly got really lucky there and got smoked right at the edge, but we are approaching the end. The Spitter and the Charger would have been great here, but me and the Charger kind of failed at our mission. But you're keeping an eye on your team now. It's like the in-game you was starting to learn on the fly of what I would be saying in the future. But we're in the car alarm field, and this is where it all just goes to hell. So I'm going to go ahead and put some stuff up on the screen for the people that don't know how to submit stuff. Submit your footage to wowsuchgaming@yahoo.com. wowsuchgaming@yahoo.com. That's all the information you need right there on the screen. Don't ask me in the comments. And thank you, Tester, for your submission. I really appreciated it. And all I got to say is... keep an eye on what's going on, please. This is Special Infected. Now, the word of the day is just team up. Let's go with that. Group up with me. Team up. Let's just do team up. And thank you, Tester. Follow me on all this stuff on the screen right here. I'd appreciate it immensely. And Tester's the first person on the screen because he is the sugar daddy. And to anybody else wants to submit your footage, go ahead and do it. I'll do these once a week on Mondays or Tuesdays whenever I get the chance. And Tester, just please follow what I did today, and hopefully you'll get better at it. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week for another Wow Such Coaching episode. Stay well.